you know, you know what? Let's go to the Knicks and the Sixers, um,
Ah,
which has been incredible
Crazy
so
game too.
far. Game two, it looked like the Sixers had this in hand, but the New York Knicks kept fighting, and Dante DiVincenzo hit the game-winning three-pointer to give the Knicks the 104-101 victory to give them the 2-0 series lead as the series shifts to Philly for games 3 and 4. This
Let me tell you guys,
honestly, yeah, go ahead, Nick. Go ahead, Nick.
dude. So I came home right at the end of this game and I turned it on just to see what happened in the last like couple minutes of the game. And I, like everybody else, was like, all right, bet Philly's gonna go 1-1 back to Philly. It seemed like it was wrapped up in the last minute. And I did end up watching the game later on. Shout out to these two incredible co-hosts for their league pass info, allowing me to catch up on all the missed games. But yeah, I got home from my own practice and I watched the end of it, and I was just shocked. I was like, I can't even describe it. I couldn't describe it then, and I can't describe it now because I was just like in awe. It was shocking the way that game ended. Between the chaos of the inbound, the not calling a timeout from Kyle Lowry on the inbound, and even all the way to the post game stuff that Nick Nurse said
Yes.
afterwards.
So, what do you think? What do you guys think about this? As Jackson has a broom for some reason.
you know what the broom's used for? To sweep, baby, because this is a sweep. Like I said the
This
whole
has to
time.
be a curse because he predicted a sweep in the Celtics Heat series. This could be a curse. We'll have to see if this how long it
Well,
plays out.
I predicted a sweep in that one because of the game one. This one, because of my love for the New York Knicks.
But no, what do you guys think about this? Because it was insane. There was a lot that happened. Do you think that the officials should have given the Sixers a timeout? Because it did look like Nick Nurse was calling a timeout. The
Yeah, but
Sixers,
he like pump faked them. He was calling it, and then he put it down on the inbound when Maxey got it, and then he tried calling it again, but Maxey kind of already had lost the ball by that point. So I mean,
I
no,
think
I
Nick
don't think
Nurse
the
is a
officials made a
fraud. I
mistake. I
think
thought the officials may have made a mistake on the Tyrese Maxey like no call foul, but he kind of looked like he just fell down and didn't take care of the ball well enough. So the only mistake was from the Sixers and Kyle Lowry inbounding it one in a bad spot and not calling timeout.
and not boxing out on the first DiVincenzo miss. I think if we want a full breakdown in case for some reason you somehow missed it, the 76ers, I believe, had missed a free throw.
Kyle Lowry missed a free throw.
Yeah, Kyle Lowry missed a free throw. They came down the other end. Jalen Brunson got a lucky roll on a three-pointer from the corner to cut the lead down to two. Then the Sixers, they get it to Maxey. Maxey got pushed or something. He fell down. Ball was loose. The Knicks got it back. DiVincenzo missed a three. Then Isaiah
Spot up.
Hartenstein
Missed
got
a
the
three in the
offensive
corner.
rebound. Yeah, left wing or something. Then Hartenstein got the rebound, fed Anunoby, who kicked it right back up to DiVincenzo for the reload three, and he knocked it in.
that's what I like to call good team building.
Yeah, no, when he let go of that second one from the top, I'm like, oh, that's going
That's going
in.
in,
Like,
yeah.
DiVincenzo's
yeah.
not missing two in a row, baby.
He's not missing two, especially in that
Not a chance.
situation.
And then the Knicks go up one, and now Philly has a shot to win it, and they miss a shot, go to free throws, and it was a wrap.
Yeah,
Who shot the
it
shot?
was a Tyrese Maxey drive. It was a great contest inside by I believe Hartenstein, and then Knicks hit both of the free throws, and then Embiid missed a three at the buzzer. The Sixers had no
Oh, big
timeouts.
shocker.
Yeah, Maxey just threw it off the glass off the left side, if I'm remembering.
Yeah. Um this is crazy, man. Like when looking at this series, if like before the series, you were to tell me that okay, through two games, Tyrese Maxey is going to average 34 points and 7 assists, and Joel Embiid at probably 70% health is going to average 31, 9, and 6, and they would be down 2 games to nothing, I would not believe you, especially considering that Jalen Brunson has been bad shooting from the field at just 29%, and you're down two
Yeah.
games to nothing in the series. It's crazy that
Yeah.
the Sixers should be kicking themselves for the fact that this isn't a split at least.
Well, maybe if Charmin Ultra Soft Embiid would box out Hartenstein, DiVincenzo doesn't get that second three. But no. No,
How
he
many
said he's
rebounds
showing.
does Embiid have through these first 2 games?
He has
6?
eight. He has 18 through 2 games.
Oh, I thought it was a low number.
He's averaging 9
That's a
boards
low
per game.
number.
That's
Low.
not low.
He's
Yeah,
so dominant. He
Yeah.
should be averaging double
the
digits.
I would have not guessed that they would be down 2-0, but at
Like,
the same time, they really had to play better than they did versus Miami. They played really bad versus Miami, and they still won.
yeah, they won that though with Embiid. Like, dude, Maxey and Embiid averaging 65 points between the two of them. That's insane, and they're down. I think a
Yeah,
lot of credit has to be given to the role players of the New York Knicks, and specifically Josh Hart. Because Josh Hart, we were talking in the pre-pod lobby, he is the heart and soul of this Knicks team, and he's been incredible. I mean, 21 points and 14 rebounds through the first 2 games, played all of game two, all 48 minutes. He's been hitting his threes.
yeah,
Uh, Deuce McBride has come in. He's provided a
He's
nice
been
spark off the bench.
fantastic.
Like, really, all the Knicks role players have really stepped up with Jalen Brunson not playing so well. Um,
You're
and
forgetting a huge
yeah,
Knicks role player.
well,
His
OG
name's
Ananobi.
Tobias Harris. No, his name's Tobias Harris.
Yeah,
He's
deepest team in the
basically playing
East,
for them.
Tobias.
maybe deepest team in the
He's
league.
he's
The Knicks.
he's playing for the Knicks at this point. He's terrible.
Yeah,
Tobias Harris playing for the Knicks.
Tobias has not been that great, but at, knowing this all in mind, that the Sixers, stars have been showing up, and the Knicks role players have been the ones really carrying the Knicks. As the series shifts to Philadelphia for games 3 and 4, do you think that the Knicks role players playing well could slow down as this series goes on the road?
I don't think
I
so.
think it.
They're,
I think it could, but I think if it slows down, I think Jalen Brunson's gonna start hitting his shots. It's gonna happen eventually. He's gonna be shooting. He's gonna be normal Jalen Brunson again. They've played great defense on him, but Jalen Brunson wants he's someone who can kind of pick apart that defense if you give him some time and get to his spots. He's like a smaller version of Kawhi in my opinion. But he's like the smaller left-handed version of Kawhi because he just gets to those mid-range spots where he gets down low, backs you down, does hits you with a turnaround J or something. Or if you leave him open from three, he's usually cash from it, from three. So it's like that's just my takeaway. I think he's a smaller, less less talented defender, Kawhi.
That makes sense. I mean, what the Sixers have that other teams in the East do not is that they have length to put on him. They've been putting Kelly Oubre on him, and
That's
Jalen
what I yeah.
Brunson. Jalen Brunson has really. It's not just he's been he's shooting 29% in these first 2 games, which is ultra bad, but
But
throughout
he's
the regular
dishing out assists too.
yeah, like
I mean,
even throughout the regular season, though, he hasn't played that well against the 76ers as well. Like, the Sixers do a good job defensively, and that's where I think this series could turn in the Sixers' favor. Because if the role players start to get a little cold on the road, because it's obviously different on the road, especially considering that the 76ers role players have not been playing that well on the road when you look at Tobias Harris, Kelly Oubre, Buddy Hield has
Buddy
yet to make
Hield.
a three-pointer in this series. That's going to turn with the series shifting to Philly. So that's where I think it could
But
potentially
I
turn.
mean, also I think the Knicks could turn up defensively at any point too. I mean, they are
Yeah.
not at full defensive capacity because you stick like if OG wants to, he could hold Maxey to a really bad game. If he like, but I think also their game plan is let Maxey and Embiid beat us and kind of focus on stopping the role players in a way
Yeah.
because they can combine for 65, but if they're not getting help, they can outscore them, especially if their role players are playing well. So it's
yeah,
I
it's
don't know.
not going to do them any good if 2 guys go for 65 and the other guys go for 20.
Exactly. It's like the Dallas Mavericks in game 1 where Luka and Kyrie combined
Yeah.
for like 64 of the 97 points. But
Well, the other thing
yeah.
is the Knicks have a very drastic depth advantage, but they also have a pretty significant experience advantage, I would argue. So I think the series shifting back is going to affect or isn't going to affect the Knicks a whole lot.
Well, yeah, because the Knicks' best player has been to a conference final series, and the 76ers' best player has never made it out the second round.